brakes are an important safety issue and they shouldn't be ignored. Over the years of working on cars, I cannot believe some of the things I have seen related to brakes. And people will say, well, it's kind of expensive to take my car into a shop to have my brakes fixed or even have my brakes inspected. No, that's not necessarily true. And if you just keep your eyes open, that's all you need to do is keep your eyes open, you can really avoid some major problems like we're going to see on this car. I'm going to show you this, and I've never seen anything as bad as this one here in terms of brake neglect. I'm going to call it brake neglect, and there's no excuse for it. No excuse, because if you just open your eyes, you could have seen the problem developing. First off, I want to show you the wheel. Look at this wheel. This is an aluminum wheel, but it's rusting. Now, how does aluminum rust? Okay? The only way aluminum rusts if it gets ferrous metal embedded into the surface of the aluminum. And this was so bad, we had flakes of rust coming off from the back side of the wheel here. It was literally like, what? And when I pull this off, I'm looking at the rotor. Now, granted, the other thing is, if you have alloy wheels with holes in them, all you have to do is walk by your car and look through the holes and look at the rotor. If you see a lot of scratches and gouges in the brake rotor, you need to do an inspection. Also, if you're hearing noises, the owner was complaining about some rear end noises he was hearing. So you have, how does the brake pedal feel? Are you hearing any strange grinding or growling noises when you hit the brakes? And just how do the wheels look? And look inside. Periodically, look inside your wheel when you're washing the car and watch for gouging or scratching in these alloys. Now, let me show you up close what I found, and if this doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. Just look at the pads. There's nothing left. How long do you think the owner was driving this car with the pads like this? And look at the extreme wear. When I went to tap on this to loosen up the rotor from the hub, look what happened. It broke. Now we're talking right here where it broke, less than a 16th. That's almost razor sharp right here, and this rotor just broke right off. If this would have driven for a few more months, this is a very dangerous situation. And the reason this happened was, if you look up here at the caliper has seized. So the caliper was seized, creating a lot of excess heat and dragging the pads over time and just grinding the metal off of this rotor here, and it was getting all over the wheel, and that's what was causing the rust. So those are the signs you want to watch for. Don't neglect this. This didn't happen in a couple months. We're talking months of driving for something like this to happen, and there's literally no excuse as far as a safety, not only for yourself, but for other drivers on the road. Keep an eye on your brakes.